experience. All right, welcome everyone to today's masterclass under the theme Rest and Manage Stress, which is one of the natural pillars of wellness. And today we are going to look at why we are tired even when we rest. And the presentation is intended to help us understand stress, safety, and what deep repair actually requires. And I'm glad that you are here, because tonight is not about really pushing harder. It's about understanding what your body has been communicating. Sometimes it's quietly, sometimes it's for a long time. But this is one of the things that we all go through at any given time. So why does this conversation matter? It matters because, almost everyone that I work with has some version of this for themselves. Some don't even know what's happening. When they describe what's going on, I'm able to get, okay, this is what could be going on. Why? Because for the most part, I've also gone through this. But what you want to really understand is that whatever that's happening to you is not about lack of motivation or discipline. It's actually a biological regulation problem. So once we understand what's really going on, that's how we are able to actually address it. And in order for you to really understand this and move forward, I just want to share with you a reframe that would give you that compassion for yourself and allow you to start working from where you are to where you want to go. That reframe is actually just knowing that rest is not laziness, because we have been conditioned to work so hard, because when we want to rest, we are told we are lazy. And sleep is not also weakness or laziness. And when you are fatigued, it's not like you are failing. It's actually a signal. It's not a flaw. It's a signal. It's your body communicating with you when you are feeling fatigued. So it's because the body is asking for something that it hasn't been receiving, which we now know that it is rest. So over the week, I've shared with you 5 pain pattern points that we can identify with. But I reckon that before we even look at the pain patterns, I want us to look at sleep, because everything revolves around sleep. And if we are stressed out, we are not able to sleep. So let's start by looking at, why do we need sleep? Where does sleep comes in? So for some of you, this is the first time that you see this diagram here. For some of you who are doTERRA members, you know that this is the wellness pyramid. And this is what connects, what doTERRA is all about. But beyond that, this is how natural health looks like. These first 4 pillars of this wellness pyramid, the lifestyle, these are the things that our bodies needs to function optimally and to be able to heal itself. So that we need nutrition, which is what we eat, because we get the nutrients, the vitamins, the minerals from it. And then once we've eaten the food, our body needs to digest it in reasonable amount of time. So if your body is functioning optimally, you need to go to do number 2 at least 2 times in a day. Scientifically, they say if you eat 3 meals, you should go to do number 2 3 times. If you eat 2 meals, you should do number 2 times in a day. Because when we digest the food and we eliminate the waste, the body is able to absorb the nutrients and convert them into energy here at the metabolism pillar here. And this is what converts the food that we eat into the energy that is required by our cells. And in order for this process to happen properly, it requires movement. Whether you are moving your body, circulation in your blood, that movement is vital for this pillar to work well. And then the third thing that we need is rest. Because when we rest, we sleep. That is when the body repairs itself. that is when it restores itself, at a cellular level. And that's when it detoxifies, it eliminates waste. It is designed to eliminate the waste, the byproduct waste from the body. And then we also then need to be able to manage our emotions and manage the stress, because when we are stressed out, the body does not get enough relaxation to sleep and shut down. So that's why these are the three things that we actually need. And then the fourth one, which is also part of our lifestyle, which affects the three pillars here, is the amount of toxic load that our body gets from outside. Already, our natural system, biochemistry that takes place in the body is producing its own waste, but the body knows how to handle that waste, provided everything is functioning well. Now, when we bring in external, toxin into the body, that's when now our body becomes overwhelmed. So our kidneys, our livers, those are like the core elimination organs. They get, overwhelmed, and they are not able to eliminate. And now we start having a lot of disease in the body. So those are like the four pillars that are actually, required. So we need to be able to minimize the amount of toxic stuff that we put into our body. And then the next one that informs self-care is really knowing your body, how it functions, knowing what it needs, which is what you are doing here today. You are ticking that pillar of informed self-care. And then if you know what your body needs and you have the right resources, the right tools in your toolbox, then you are able to address your health challenges in a timely manner. And then the last one, proactive medical care, is just being able to go to the hospital, do the test, so that you are able to detect well on time when something is not right, and then you can now address it. So you can now see where rest and manage stress comes in, is in the third pillar, but it affects everything in here. So that's why I'm saying, let's talk about sleep before we go into the pain patterns that I've shared over the weekend. So just to really briefly talk about the natural solutions that I use, and there are other team members here, other doTERRA members who are here, is because doTERRA is a root cause company. It focuses on addressing the root cause of our disease in the body and giving the body what it actually needs. So you'll find that all the products in doTERRA falls under this wellness pyramid. So depending on which pyramid you need to support or to bridge, there are actually different types of products that you can use to bridge those gaps. So I want us to look at sleep. Sleep is one of the most important aspect in our lives that we need, although it is underrated nowadays. We need sleep so that everything in our body can function properly. So we also need it so that the food that we eat can be digested properly, so that we can be able to, to move. But most importantly, what we know about sleep is that it's important to the function of the immune system. If we don't sleep properly, it compromises our immune system. Sleep is key for cardiovascular health. When we sleep, our heart rate slows down, and our circadian rhythm need a reboot every night because of our sleep. Sleep also impacts the process of cells, that is the death of cells. So our cells are programmed to die if they become non-functional. So if we don't sleep, those cells don't die and they start causing havoc. And research shows that those who sleep 6 or more hours at night had much healthier hearts than those who slept less. So that's how much important really sleep is. And I've talked about in the conversation this week how it's not just about I've slept 16 hours. I will talk about this age and the sleep needs here. But deeper than that is, are you sleeping throughout? Because there are cycles, that allow enough rest, restorative rest in the body. So we need to cycle through those. which is why when you don't sleep for only 4 hours, you skip some of those cycles. You don't go through them. So age and sleep needs: newborn 16 hours per day. They spend most of the time in the REM sleep. 1 year, 12 hours. School age, 10 to 11 hours. Adolescent, 8 to 10 hours. Us adults, 7 to 8 hours. I know we are struggling to do that 7 to 8 hours. I'm one of those who have been working so hard that for me right now, the minimum hours of sleep that I do is actually 6. I can't go below 6. My body just shuts down the following day and forces me to sleep even 9 or 10 hours. So that's really what the body actually requires there. So how do you get a good night's sleep? It's going to depend on you, whether you have a bedtime routine, but you want to avoid, stimulating yourself, whether it's caffeine or TV. You want to not eat a lot of food before, because the body now it's going to stop detoxing and start trying to be digesting your food and doing other things. You want to move regularly so that you can sleep better at night. And really, there are a lot of things that you can do. I don't want to focus on that because you can actually Google some of those things there. And then paired with that is actually stress. So which is what we are really going to focus more when we look at the patterns. So you'll realize that stress plays a very, very important role in our lives, but we have never been taught how to really manage that stress. So if you feel stressed, you are stressed. There is no way about it. You cannot pray away stress, fast it away or wish it away. When it has arrived, it has actually arrived. I think I've repeated this, so I'm just gonna move forward here. Okay. So I've mentioned that we looked at about 5 patterns, over the week. So the common patterns that explain why rest doesn't restore. So these patterns overlap. So you may recognize yourself in more than one of them. And these are not diagnoses. They are patterns of nervous system and physiological response, how our body responds when we are stressed out or we don't sleep enough. So the first pattern here is sleeping but waking up tired. So this is a pattern where you get hours of sleep, but you wake up heavy, foggy or unrested. And the key issue here is sleep without nervous system safety. So it means that the body does not feel relaxed or safe enough to shut down. So the body lies down, but it never fully switches into repair mode. So it hasn't switched into repair mode. Most of the time, you would be in the light sleep part of it. You haven't really gone into deep sleep. And then the second pain pattern is when our body won't switch off. So this is what we call the wired but tired pattern. So the body is exhausted, but the system stays alert. So it's where you breathe, shallow breathing, there's tension, your thoughts are racing, you are thinking about, your dates, you are thinking about things that you want to be doing tomorrow, your long to-do list, So it means the nervous system has been activated for too long without recovery. And this happens when you don't sleep properly for a very long time. It also happens like that. So this is one of the patterns there that happens. So here there is chronic nervous system activation. So it means you are overstimulated. And it's not good. The body is not taking it really well. And then the third pattern pain there is one of the most common that people never associate with this central nervous system not shutting down. So this pattern shows how stress affects, digestion, blood sugar, cravings, and hormones. Someone would be just saying, no, but I've been eating properly. I don't know what's going on. It's because of the stress. So it's now causing what we call oxidative stress as well. And it's affecting a number of things. So even if you eat well, you may experience, bloating, cravings, or metabolic shifts because stress changes how the body processes the food and the energy. So one of the things that's actually, spiked by stress is actually both sugar diabetes and high blood pressure. So they are really triggered when we are stressed out. That's why our heart rate really goes up there. So what is happening here is actually stress altered metabolism and digestion. So the stress alters how our body converts the food that we eat into energy. It also affects digestion. So when digestion is affected, it means metabolism is also affected at the same time. So if you have been maybe struggling with constipation, you try everything and it's not working, it could be that your body is really stressed out. It may be this pattern. When your hormones are misfiring and unbalanced, it could be this pattern that's happening for you. When you have cravings, you feel like eating sugar, eating all of those. This one is the one that I've really experienced. I've been off sugar for many years, since 13. Yeah, for many years I've been out of sugar. But when I'm stressed out, I find myself craving sugar. What really helps me is that I don't keep sweet things in the house. I don't even keep soft drinks. So when that comes, I've got nothing to really take in sugar. But if there is something, if I used to buy honey, and I noticed that I can do without that honey, but whenever I was stressed, I wanted to use the honey. So craving is one of the body's ways of saying, I need something, but we don't give it what it wants. We give it something else that will just maybe raise our energy up like that. And then the pain pattern number 4, these are actually silent symptoms of stress. The ones that we normally associate them to stress, whereas stress plays a very, very important role in them. So there are the symptoms people don't, like I said, they don't label as stress. So chronic pain, like when you've got inflammation, whether it's in the muscles, the joint, and the nerves. Last week, we looked at movement and what happens when we are stressed out. It means our muscles are constrict, our joints compress, so our nerves compress. So that's why we have got nerve pain. That's why we've got joint pain. So there's a lot that's going on. That constriction, is what, when we hold on our shoulders, we hold them tight, we don't breathe properly. All of those things affect our circulation. It affects how our lymphatic system drains the waste and releases it out. And then you may have symptoms like brain fog, where you're just feeling like confused, you are not clear, your immune system is weakened, there's inflammation, and you age fast, as evidenced by your skin and whether it looks dark and wrinkles like that. So here the body is adapting, quietly until it can't anymore. It's always adapting until it reaches the tipping point that it cannot play those games anymore. And that's when we get into the next one, where we get into chronic, illnesses there. There is someone who's not muted. Can you please mute yourself? Thank you. Okay, let's see what I can make. I forgot to make some people co-host so that they can mute those who are not muted. Okay, Mary, I've made you a co-host. Thank you. So that is where the long-term stress adaptation really comes in. So our body can only take that much. And before that, after that, then it moves to this 5th pain pattern. So the 5th pain pattern is the long-term impact of stress. So this is where chronic stress and poor sleep begins shaping this disease in your body. And that disease is going to affect how your body functions, how the different organs in your body functions. And that's what translates into the disease that can be diagnosed as maybe type 2 diabetes or insulin resistance, high blood pressure, or stroke, or stroke, cardiovascular disease, like your high blood pressure, or even just poor heart health, autoimmune conditions, your lupus, your muscular sclerosis, all of those autoimmune conditions, cancer risk environments. Do you know that research has shown that when people are diagnosed with either autoimmune conditions or cancer, when they follow their life history, they will realize that they had a major health crisis, or they went through a major life transition in their lives that really stressed them. And we don't normally connect these things to stress because these are things that build over time. When you go to the hospital and you are diagnosed with sugar diabetes, do you know that it has started 10 to 15 years ago? It did not just reach a tipping point where it could be diagnosed. Cancer starts slowly in the body 10 to 20 years before you could get a diagnosis. It just takes one cell to go loose, mutate, and mutate and mutate. I didn't get the right number of cells, but they say there's a certain number of cells where when you are tested now, that's when they can detect those cancerous cells. But it doesn't mean that if you go to the hospital and you are not, you don't get a positive test for cancer, it doesn't mean that you don't have cancerous cells. They could be there and slowly just are developing, over time until you reach a tipping point. So those are some of those, things that are actually tied to stress and poor sleep. And once we become aware of what this does to our body, we will start investing in managing our stress instead of trying to be, wishing it away, praying it away. We will find ways to actually address it. And one of the reasons why I was sharing with Bonolo, one of my co-facilitator and one of the members in my team, that I actually have put myself in a protocol that has DDR prime, is a cellular repair program. I am taking our stress system, which is the Serenity, the adaptive system. I am taking the Serenity. So both of those, the capsules, the Serenity capsules, the adaptive capsules, I'm taking Copaiba, I'm taking DDR prime. I told you that I'm doing that because I'm being honest with myself. When I look back, I realized that I quit formal employment when I was about, actually I went through a lot before that. I was raped by a close relative when I was 12 years. And when I told, my parents, people, nobody really listened. So it meant that I kept that as a secret. And, I numbed that pain from age 12 until I started talking about it when I was married, when I got married. After some times when my husband could see that something is not right, that's when I told him. And then when I was around 40, that's when I was able to openly address it and talk about it. So one of the biggest cause of disease is suppression, is numbing, is suppressing pain, is suppressing your voice. So I've been in situations where that was a long period of suppression, of really numbing, like putting just a lid and not going back to that place until I had to deal with it. And then I quit formal employment when I was young, when I was 29, and went into entrepreneurship. And imagine just from a science lab into entrepreneurship. So I learned a lot of things on the go. There are a lot of frustrating things that I went through. And initially, I didn't know how to manage the stress. I didn't know how to manage my emotions. So my biggest go-to was numbing. Why? I knew how to numb. I've numbed the pain of rape for many years. So numbing my pain became my go-to. And then the second thing that came was a coping mechanism of avoidance. Sometimes avoiding to be dealing with those things because I've become a master is doing that for all of those years when I had shut down my voice because of that rape. So with the information that I know now, I realize that I am at a high risk of autoimmune conditions. Cancer is also an autoimmune condition, although we like to separate it. So I am at a high risk of autoimmune conditions. It will just take one thing to just slash down my immune system and I can find myself there. So that is why I am so, intentional about my lifestyle, what I eat, how I walk, how I sleep, how I supplement, so that I am slowly allowing my body to repair, my cells to be repaired over time. So that's really one of those things that is available there. So the root cause of the fifth pattern there, which is long-term of stress that I've mentioned, is survival mode over a long period of time. I'm sharing this so that everyone can self-identify. You can self-identify because you can lie to other people, but you can't lie to yourself. The best thing is you can be honest with yourself so that you can start supporting yourself. So if you have been on survival mode for a very long time, you are at a very high risk of, those long-term impact of stress that I've actually mentioned there. So as I've shared, this doesn't happen overnight. So it happens when you are now on that survival mode for a very long time. So the good news is that the body is actually designed to heal. The body is designed to heal. But let's look at some core lifestyle pillars for rest and stress that you can actually do. So it's to start increasing the amount of hours that you sleep. I normally tell people that sometimes when we want to change our lives, we want to overhaul it in one day. But that's not how change happens. It happens, one day at a time, 1 minute at a time. So it's to just look at how many hours do you sleep at night? And just decide, I'm going to add another 30 minutes. Or I'm going to add another hour. I'm going to add another 20 minutes. Once that 20 minutes is locked in, increase it. And then start improving the length of time that you sleep without waking up at night. Because if you are waking up many times at night, it means you are interrupting those sleep cycles. And then make sure that your nervous system is safety during the day. You can do mindfulness exercises that will help you calm down. Because how we go about in our day is what determines how we sleep at night. If we are not rested during the day, we are stressed out, we are not going to sleep well at night. And then move. Movement is the biggest stress releaser. Move and move outside. I'm one of those people who are different. We do have a treadmill in our house. My husband uses the treadmill. I walk. I tell him that walking on the treadmill is like fooling the brain that you are walking, but you are not going anywhere. I walk because I want that sunlight outside. It's good for our health as well, especially for the circadian rhythm. Your sleep pattern works around how much light is there around you. So I get sunlight when I walk. I move my body. All the parts of the body are moving. And I'm able to just, eliminate a lot of overthinking there when I'm working. You can do breath and rhythm work. So breath work is one of the things that I do in my other coaching program. I go a lot into how to regulate your central nervous system, accompanying, bringing in meditation and some of those exercises that brings rhythm there. Establish boundaries in your life and give yourself time to actually recover. So lifestyle supports the body, but you're going to realize that many bodies are already depleted. So even those lifestyle efforts that you are going to be giving your body, they won't start showing a difference because your body is already now on negative. It's already depleted. And this is why, because I normally say that lifestyle changes are important, but they work best on a regulated system. So you want to find a way of how do I regulate my system if it's not actually regulated. So what I mean here is that when the system is overwhelmed, even good habits feel hard. You know that for me, I can wake up and walk. Someone can say, Hannah, I don't even have the energy to wake up and walk. I can't do all of those things that you are asking me to do. So when the system is overwhelmed, even good habits feel hard. So that is why we must support regulation before expecting behavior to stick. And how can we do that? That is where smart supplementations actually comes in. Because if we can't do this if we are overwhelmed. Movement feels hard, sleep doesn't restore, diet doesn't work, motivation disappears. So we must first support regulation, not just behavior there. And this is where supplementation comes in. And I normally say supplement with awareness, supplement with caution, because it's very important what type of supplements are you using, because not all supplements are created equally. Okay, someone is asking if it's being recorded. Yes, it is. Okay, all right, thank you. You've been answered. So I normally, let people understand that supplementation is a necessity in the times that we live in, because our food are devoid of nutrients. Our lifestyles are not allowing us to give the body what it needs, but we need to choose, because supplements are not created equally out there. Some are synthetic supplements. So it means they were not created using natural resources. So they are often like isolated nutrients. They lack the core factors that communicate with your cells. And they, instead of supporting your body, they actually burden your detox pathways, because the body sees them as another toxin coming in. It also even overwhelms your body, because the body wants to fight it, or it confuses, your hormones and how your enzymes are actually work. So this is where you want to really be cautious to look at supplements that are derived from either plant materials or whole food, because they work with your body, they support cellular communication, and they are gentler and more bioavailable. Bioavailable means that the body can easily access them and use them. It doesn't mean that everything that we eat, the body can take. If the body cannot recognize it, it can't take even much of it. So it's waste. So it's like if you are buying synthetic supplements, it's a waste. It's like we are just buying them so that you can pass them through your system into number 2 and throw them away. They are not available for the body to use it, and they don't even last. So that is why you really want to use products that are able to communicate with the body and work with your body and not against it. Okay, I duplicated that. And this is why one of the natural interventions that I recommend, that I use, are essential oils and the supplements that are powered by essential oils. And this is especially really important when it comes to supporting the nervous system, because you want to use a supplement that can go straight into the brain, that you can either inhale and it is going straight through your brain, or you can apply on your skin and to go into your skin without poisoning your bloodstream. So when it comes to supporting rest and stress, essential oils work very well, because they go straight into the brain and they impact your nervous system. They help you calm down and you can sleep much better. They minimize stress and allow your body to absorb food properly. You can also use them to support your body's elimination process, removing waste from the body, which is detoxification. So that is why they are very, very, important. And there are a number of essential oils out there in the market. You can see them, at the pharmacy. You can see them at Clicks. You can see them, some of them at the big grocery stores, the big chain stores. And for most people, they think the oils are created equally, but they are actually not. Just like I mentioned with the supplements, some of them are created from synthetic materials, and some of them are created from from plant extracts. And the ones that I recommend, that I use, are actually doTERRA essential oils. And why do I recommend them? I'm not just recommending you to use these oils. I've been using them for the past 10 years. I came across doTERRA in 2015. Yeah, that was 2015 in the US, when I was going for one of my coaching training certificates. And I just loved the aroma. And when I heard that they were from natural plants, because I'm a biologist by profession, plant anatomist, I fell in love with them, started using them. but I got my most impact from using these oils in the last year. A lot has happened, in my life in the last year. I've shed a lot of the weight that I never thought I had. My body just naturally shed that weight and just trimmed. I struggled with, menopause issues that affected my skin pigmentation. But behind the dark skin pigmentation, my skin is the most healthiest now. You won't find a pimple in my skin or anything else, because of this. I sleep better, it's just amazing. And I've shared it with my other loved ones, with my team members. It's really amazing. But why do I use them? It's because these are natural plant extracts. So if you are new to essential oils, or you've seen them in TikTok, or you've seen them somewhere, these are just aromatic compounds that are extracted from different parts of the plants. If it's peppermint, it's going to be from a peppermint leaf. So that aromatic, part that scent that you get from peppermint tea, the aroma there is the one that's extracted, just the oil of it, and is bottled. If it's an orange, the oil is in the peel of the orange or the lemon. If you've opened a lemon or an orange and you have seen oil in your hands, or it has come into your face, that's orange or lemon essential oils. And the plants use them to protect themselves against, virus, bacteria, fungi, or even being eaten by animals or us human beings. So when we use them, we are tapping into that natural ability. But the reason why they work really well for us is because our skin is made up of oil. So the essential oils are able to just penetrate our skin and go straight into the bloodstream. It's like you are just getting a UV. You are getting an injection right by applying the oils on your skin. They work very, very fast. When you apply them, within 20 minutes, your whole body, they're in your entire bloodstream, if you use them topically. So that's one of the reasons why I love using doTERRA oils. But they also source them sustainably. It means they source them where they grow naturally, and instead of clearing a big field and growing the trees or the plants, they partner with farmers in those areas or countries who are already in the business of growing these plants. And a lot of those sourcing places for doTERRA are actually in developing countries. South Africa has a sourcing plant for doTERRA. We do have some in Kenya and other African countries as well. So that is why I love them. They don't just sell oils, they also sell supplements. And what I love is that the supplements are powered with essential oils, and the essential oils make them more bioavailable and even last longer and communicate with our cells in a much better way than other supplements would. So having said that, let's look at natural solutions by pain pattern and see which of the oils can we use or the supplements to support those pain patterns that I've actually shared earlier. So sleep without restorations. What we want here is we want to calm the nervous system. We want to improve our sleep depth. We want to support sleep cycle so that we are able to sleep longer without waking up at night many times, so that we can cycle through the different sleep cycles there. And if we are not able to do that, we won't feel rested at all. So let's look at some of the oils and supplements that we can use. In doTERRA, we have a sleep system. It's called Serenity. So the Serenity system is an oil. It's also soft gels that you can take internally. There is a stick that you can apply. So it's good for when you want to support your health. And it's different. If you are struggling to sleep at night, to just go to bed, shut your eyes and sleep, the best Serenity is the soft gels that we take internally. If you are prone to waking up at night and your brain is racing, you can't go back to sleep, then you diffuse the essential oil. Then you also have lavender, which is which is calming. It helps you calm, relax, and then sleep better. We also have Roman chamomile. We all know chamomile from the chamomile tea. This is also good for calming you and helping you relax and sleep better. And sometimes when we can't sleep, it's because we have a deficiency of magnesium. So you also need magnesium supportive nutrients can help you bridge that gap. And then let's look at pattern 2 here. This is where the body won't switch off. What can we do when the body won't switch off? Here we want to support, to regulate our nervous system. And the biggest way of doing this is managing your emotions. How can you manage your emotions? This is where emotional intelligence comes in. That is why I talk about emotional resilience. It means you are able to bounce back, from adversity, from challenges. You don't, you don't hold on to those challenges for a very long time during the day. You process them and you move on. It's where you need to ground yourself, because our body rests and get into sleep if the brain feels safe. So when we ground ourselves, we calm ourselves down in a grounding way, then the brain senses that we are safe, and it allows us to actually relax. And which are the products that we can use? Here we can use the adaptive system. This is the doTERRA stress system. It also has an oil, and it has got capsules. So you can take it internally, and you can also use it aromatically and topically. Aromatically means you are inhaling it, either just by putting a drop in your hands and inhaling, or you are putting it in a diffuser and diffusing it. And then we also have got balance. It's a blend of, soothing and grounding oils. It grounds you. It really brings you up from where your emotions and everything is flying high and brings you down. And then we've got Neroli, one of the, precious, emotional health oils that also deals with a lot of, even if you are in the brink of depression, all of those overthinking, that's where Neroli comes in. We also have frankincense, the king of oils. Is soothing, is grounding, is also anti-inflammatory and antioxidant. So it helps reduce the inflammation. It helps also reduce oxidative stress. Copaiba is also soothing and calming. These two can cross the blood-brain barrier, so they can impact your brain immediately. And then the third pain pattern, which is digestion, cravings, and metabolism. Here you need to, here you need to be able to support your blood sugar balance. That's your insulin resistance. You can support it with oils and supplements. Also support your digestive system. Lower the stress that's affecting your metabolism. So that's the intervention that is required when we are at that, pillar there. So what are the products that you can use? There are a number of them. We do have the Meta Power System, which is a whole range that help your body process and balance sugar in a healthy way. So there are the capsules that slow down the conversion of sugar, of carbohydrates into sugar. There is the oil helps reduce the cravings that you may be having. And then we have the Meta Power Advantage, which actually support your collagen and your aging. It bridges your lifespan and your health span. You can also use digestive enzymes to help break the food in your tummy faster. There are other oils that are supporting digestion, like your cinnamon will support your sugar, insulin resistance or sugar balance. Ginger will also work on your digestive system. And then there's a endocrine system is good at detoxing and eliminating, waste, working on your elimination organs, your liver, your kidney there. It's also good for cravings, endocrine. And then the last pain pattern 4 and 5, that long-term stress impact. This one requires you to address it at the root cause. It's not about band-aids here. It's not about just, diffusing oils and doing short-term thing. Here, the focus is inflammation reduction, is immune system balance, and is cellular repair. You want to support your body at a cellular level. So this is where you now are looking at things that are restorative in your body. So you are looking at supplementing your nutrition. You are looking at reducing oxidative stress, reducing inflammation. You are looking at supporting your body to renew, the cells, to renew your DNA, to renew your joints. And this is why I love the work that I do. As a holistic health coach, is really understanding, and a natural health educator is understanding how the body works. Because natural healing is all about how the body works. That's it. If you know how the body works, you give it what it needs, you remove what it doesn't need, the body is able to heal itself. It's as simple as that. And that is why you can actually reverse a lot of the chronic conditions that maybe your diagnosis said you're going to live with them. I know we are very slow in doing that, especially in developed countries and in our country in Botswana. But when you look at developed countries, people have woken up to really understanding that the body is able to heal. And they are exploring alternative medicine. They are exploring, holistic well-being instead of just focusing on one area of their life, so that they can allow their body to heal. And we know there's a lot of things that shows that people are able to restore their health back. And why focusing on natural health and giving the body what it needs? Because most disease arises from two things: not enough of the right things and too much of the wrong things. Simple. So this is how we simplify wellness. If you have been, too much noise, not knowing what do I do, what don't I do, if you just understand that disease arises from not enough of the right things and too much of the wrong things, then you want to know what are those right things and what are those wrong things, so that you can do more of the right things and you can start minimizing the wrong things. Okay, I think this is duplicated. So, all right. So not enough of the right things. If you look at the wellness pyramid that I shared earlier, it puts nutrition there as the foundation. So your body needs those nutrients, the vitamins, the minerals, the green, the fiber, the protein, all of those things. It requires movement. It requires you to rest, to sleep, to regulate your stress level. That's what the body needs. So ask yourself, am I giving my body these things that the body needs? Am I eating right? Am I eating a healthy, balanced meal? Am I getting the vitamins, the nutrients? Am I hydrating my body enough? Am I moving regularly enough? Am I allowing my body to rest? Am I sleeping? Or even if I rest, am I really resting? Am I managing my stress levels? And then too much of the wrong things. Those are the toxins that we get in our body from other things, from the things in our homes, the colognes, the perfumes, the detergents that we use in our kitchens, all of those things that are external, that are going inside our body. Because if the oil can go into the bloodstream, what about all the other toxins? It's about monitoring, minimizing the chronic stress. Too much of the wrong thing, sitting too much without moving enough, eating sugar and inflammatory foods, environmental overload, overstimulation from social media, from devices. All of those things are giving the body a lot of what it doesn't need. So those are some of the things that you can really start looking at. So it means that if we give the body what it needs and we remove what it doesn't need, we are giving the body back its ability to heal itself. We're just allowing it, we're just reminding it that you know how to do this. You are designed to do it, so carry on and do it. But most of the time, we want to start by fixing. We just want to start by, you have not been eating well for many years, you have been under chronic stress for many years, and you just want to use a targeted solution. I normally use the soil analogy. I'm a biologist by profession, a plant anatomy, so it's normal for me to use, some of these analogies. So what happens when the soil is not, is not, the plant is struggling? You don't start by trying to give the plant something. You fix the soil. So the body is the same. You fix the terrain. So our immune system, our health is like that terrain. So when the terrain is healthy, the body operates optimally. When the terrain is not healthy, the body doesn't operate, optimally. So it's the same here. When the soil doesn't have the nutrients, then the plants are going to struggle. But when you start, giving the plants what they need, the soil what it needs, then the plants start flourishing. So this is how we also need to approach our health, and even looking at the wellness pyramid here. So if you look at the wellness pyramid here at Informed Self, this is where we start targeted solutions. We target what is going on. So it's like we are putting out fires. So if there is a fire that erupts in your digestive system, you get Zengest. So Zengest will put down that fire. If there is one that's happening in your respiratory system, you are not breathing properly, you can bring in Breathe or peppermint to put out that fire. But the fire does not originate there. Is the symptom is coming there. The fire is inside. It's inside your body. So the best way to really put out that fire so that you're not putting the fire is to address the root cause of that, and to start by giving the body what it actually needs. And that is where foundational wellness comes in. And what I recommend for people who have been under chronic stress for a very long time, or not well for a very long time, is to not just try and buy 2 oils, is to invest in a 90-day reset. So where they start giving the body what it needs nutritionally, and then maybe support basic nervous system support targeted solutions. And then the second month, they now start supporting the body to eliminate waste. So that's like adding a detox support, but they are still on that foundational, wellness, giving the body what it needs. And then the third one is where they are now supporting their metabolic support. So where they are supporting how their body processes sugar, how their body produces energy, which is where the insulin resistance and the sugar diabetes actually come in, and even the high blood comes in there. So when you do this, you are now, you are restoring your terrain. You are restoring that soil. Then from there, now you can start adding anything and building on top of that, because the terrain is able to even absorb what you are actually giving it. So this is where you could start looking into. But for anyone who is just saying, you know what, I just want to restore my health, that's it. And then you can now start adding targeted add-on. You can start adding your sleep support, adding your stress support. Because trying to add all of these things in a terrain that is not, that is depleted, is not going to give you results. It's going to be counterintuitive there. So you start by giving your body the basics, the foundations that it actually needs. Are you eating well? Are you eating the right type of foods? So you can do that. You can change your diet. But how many times have you tried to change your diet and you have fallen off? So that is where I normally say, when you start, instead of trying to do so many things, you can maybe just get a nutritional supplement and gradually start changing your diet, so that eventually you can now increase how you are eating well, so that you can then slow down on getting that supplement, because the supplement is designed to augment what you are already doing there in your body. So that is how I really envisioning people healing themselves versus just putting out fires and treating symptoms, because the symptoms are going to keep on coming back if you are not addressing the root cause, if you are not supporting your body to naturally heal and take care of all the things that it needs to be addressing. And doing it from the inside out is the most sustainable way, and it works much better. It gives you much faster results than if you try to just use targeted solutions alone without supporting the terrain. So maybe you are sitting there and wondering, you are talking about those products, Hannah. How can I actually get them? So there are two ways that you can get doTERRA products. You can get them via retail, if when you buy them from me or someone who sells them, or you can open your own wholesale account and buy them 25% below retail. So if you are in a market that doTERRA is shipping properly, like in South Africa, in the US, and other markets, when you place a certain amount of order, you can also get your products for free. And then when you share these products with others, if they've worked for you, you can actually earn doTERRA dollars, which is we call like fast start bonus, that you can use to now pay for your supplements and your oils without having to pop out money. And when I talked about the two systems that we use in doTERRA, the Serenity system for sleep is on the right here, and the adaptive is here on the left. Remember, I said the best approach is to start with foundational wellness, addressing the root cause. But I'm not saying that if you feel like you are so overwhelmed now, you can't buy the oils. You can buy those oils. You can open a wholesale account, buy the oils, or you can buy them from me or from someone who's already selling them. And if you already have a wholesale account, now you know what to buy, what to put in your monthly loyalty reward order. You are not just going to be buying anything nilly-willy. You want to create a framework where you are supporting your body so that it can heal from the inside out. So what is your next step? Okay, I love to share this one before I get to the next step. So maybe you are listening and you are thinking, I'm tired of buying things and joining things. I just want to clear that for you, because doTERRA allows you to choose how to interact with it. There are three types of people in doTERRA. The first one is the customer, someone who just wants to use these products for their health and wellness. That was me 8 to 9 years ago. I was just using the products for myself. I was sharing them with people for free. And then I started sharing them. I started earning commission if I shared them, and I help others open their wholesale account. But last year in May, I decided to do this as a business and integrate it with my other businesses and my coaching business. So I graduated into becoming a builder. So a sharer is someone who is thinking, you said that oil can help me sleep. I have an aunt who doesn't sleep. I have a husband who doesn't sleep. You say Meta Power can help with balancing blood sugar levels. Oh, I have a spouse who is sugar diabetes. Oh, my mother has got insulin resistance. Then you are a sharer. You can share the oils without building the business and the referral bonus, doTERRA dollars, and use them to buy your products. Or you are listening and you have seen other people who are building the business and wondered, how do they do it? I would also love to educate people about natural solutions. doTERRA allows you to do that, and it compensates you with an amazing compensation plan that pays you for sharing the oils. It pays you for educating other people about it and supporting them in their wellness journey. So you can choose how you want to interact with it. If you say, no, I don't want to even open that account, you can buy retail, but we're going to charge you retail, because we are in a business. So business means we need to earn profit. And profit means we are putting our markup. So it's going to be more expensive than if you were buying it for yourself with your wholesale account. But you are free to actually do that. So what is your next step? I'm sharing this next step because here I do have a team. I do have people who are also doing doTERRA, but I have people who are in my community for many years that have been supporting with their health, that I normally invite to these events through my emails. But this business, integrity is very important. We want to be sincere and act in integrity, that if you are interested in holistic health coaching, I'm here to support you with that. You want the oils, if I'm the one invited you, I'll also support you choose your next best step. But if you are invited by someone who is in my team or who is also attending, I recommend that you go speak to that person. They'll be able to help you decide where you want to start. But if you feel like I want to overturn my entire health, my life, Then my natural health immersion program that's coming up this month, I'm opening it next week. People can start enrolling in it. Is your go-to, because now you are not trying to just fix one thing, your sleep. You are now looking at addressing your health holistically, all the different areas of your life there. I am going to support you to be able to do that. So I will just stop here and take any questions that you may have, questions and comments. There may be questions, or you may have comments, or you may have felt like some of those pain patterns, you can relate with them. So which ones did you relate with? Are there any that spoke to you? Vuyelwa, did you want to say something, Vuyelwa? Okay. All right. I just want to just ask a few people who have used this for emotional regulation. I know Mary is one of the people who have used the oils to help regulate her nervous system. I know Tembi has been caretaking as well. He had to use a lot of these products. So can you just share with us? Okay. Ndinani is saying there are times that I have problems with sleep for a week. So you want to look at what would be going on in your life during the day, during that week. There is something that's going on that is affecting your system. So you are dysregulating somehow. Your nervous system is not feeling rested. Mary, do you want to share with us how you have used these products to regulate your nervous system? Tembi, I know you are also using them for your loved ones. Can you just share with us there? Yes, thank you, Tembi.
Okay, thank you, Dr. H, and good evening, everybody. For me, this products have really done a tremendous work both on myself and my loved ones whom I am caring for. I've just found that even in those moments where it seems like everything is falling apart, because when we are caretaking, at times there isn't even a plan of knowing exactly as to how a day is going to pan out. But what I've found is that in those moments, I will apply I will give them the doTERRA products for them to calm down. And one aspect that I found to be very helpful, it's frankincense and DDR prime and balance. The diffusing, it's also a very powerful work, especially when you have a patient that is spending most of the time sleeping, not waking up. So you actually I just diffuse the oils and they work even when I am not there. But what I've really seen, it's the VMG Plus, which was introduced in our market about 2 months ago. That has done a tremendous work on my husband's life in terms of getting his, just getting him oriented to understand what is actually happening. But one thing that I can really say has helped me, it's the sleep system, the serenity, the adaptive, because even in those trying times, I actually look forward to go to bed, because I know I will sleep, and I will sleep deeply and wake up in the morning feeling refreshed, being able to take the day as it comes along. So for me, it has really been, a very timely time, should I say that, because I at times I reflect and say, I don't know how I would be. Interestingly enough, actually, I was just talking about it today, to people who had come to see me, and I was saying, I just don't know how I would have managed without this doTERRA products. They have really been of great help to me. Thank you.
You are most welcome. Thank you very much. Okay, let me just read before, if there's anyone who wants to answer. So Rola said, good evening, coach. As for me, I'm in trouble because I see myself relating to all the 5 patterns. I guess I need the 90-day program. How do I get it? All right, thank you, Roland. Connect with me and I will guide you on the next step to getting into the program. I'm just really pitching it here. Our team will be we will be launching it this coming week, so we'll share more of that with you. Masoko is saying, I've learned a lot about sleeping patterns and times with times. Thank you so much for sharing with us. All right. If there are no other questions, comments, I will release you to go. The last pattern, 5 pain, what are the packs to use? That is the 90-day. So you want to support your foundational wellness, your nutrition, your digestion, your metabolism. Those are very key. And then improve on your elimination process. So support your eliminating organs. All right. Okay, thank you very much, and good night.
Good night.
Good night,
Though I
Bulela.
missed most of the presentation. I joined late because of the
Good night.
Yeah, no, you will watch it. I'll send the recording. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
I
Good
didn't
night.
get my foundational wellness yesterday, rather, but I think I will get it.
Definitely, you will get it tomorrow morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome. All right.
Okay. Bye. Good night.
Good night.